Hello all loonies and normals, my name is Joe Silver, welcome to my channel. This week we're going to be talking about how oddly specific music has gotten these days with its lyrics. And also I suppose how there's been a shift from cleaner lyrics to not so clean. But let's deal with the first subject. What do I mean by how they've become oddly specific? Well, one time when you were writing a love song, you said, you were not specific, you just said, I love you, or I want you in my arms tonight. One song even saying, I just died in your arms tonight. And that death was not talking about literal death, apparently. It was talking about climaxing. Okay? But that's as far as I'll go with that. But the point is, they didn't get specific. They didn't tell you the details of where, the wheres and wherefores and what went on. And although I don't know a song that says these specific lyrics, you almost feel like songs these days are like, we were behind the drive-through, I pulled down your trousers, there's a bulge in my jeans, you know, and we'll leave it there because, you know, I still try to be slightly family friendly, but you get the point. You know, it's oddly specific, it's telling you everything that's going on, and it's like, we don't need that much detail. We really don't. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. And it's an odd sort of progression, isn't it? And music has become a lot dirtier as well, you know. They use swear words, and raps especially is bad. And it's like, oh, it's like, oh, we did this, we did that, we did this. We went out to the club, we found 3 girls, we did this with them, we did that with them, you know, and it's like, why? As I said, we really don't need to know what you did behind the drive-through. We really don't need to know what you did with the 3 girls you found at the club. Music has gotten a lot dirtier these days. Now I know that they say that sex sells, but the fact of the matter is there is a line. There really is. And I think music these days crosses it. As I said, some of the songs I listened to from the 70s, 60s, the 70s, the 80s, now they were not completely innocent. They mentioned drugs, they mentioned sex, you know, drugs, sex, rock and roll, yeah? But they were subtle about it. They were very subtle about it. There are songs from that era that are actually talked about sex, but you wouldn't know because they didn't outright tell you. You know, as I said, look at Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll, yeah? You know, she met the guy by the record machine. He must have been about 17, that's the lyrics. Yeah? And she says, oh, I knew it wouldn't be long before he was with me. And then he says, you know, and then spoke to him. And then it says, oh, let's go home where we can be alone. Now we all know that they weren't going home to be alone to watch television or to listen to rock and roll. We all know that they were only going home to be alone for one reason. But that's where it stops. The next line is, you knew he was with me, yeah, me. It stopped. It didn't tell you all the details. You didn't need to know all the details. You just knew that now that they were a couple, they were together, and that was that. And that's the point. At one time, that's how it was. But these days, music has gotten oddly specific. Like I said, like in that example that I made up, where they're apparently behind the drive-through. He's declothing her. He's feeling a little excited, shall we say. You know, these are details we don't need to know. But I could totally imagine a song with those lyrics, if you could make it all work and rhyme and scam, as they call it. Scam, as they call it, you know, and work within the music. I could totally imagine a song like that. Now, I made it up. I did. But isn't this kind of the point? Isn't it odd the way music has gone? See, this came up because I was listening to one on Twitch Sings, because I do a lot of Twitch Sings. I both sing on it and I both listen to people who are other people who sing in it. And one of the songs was talking about something about friction in his jeans. Now, that wasn't because they were tight and he was just walking along. We all know there was only one reason he had friction there. Yeah? And it just reminded me of that meme I once saw about how oddly specific music is and how it inspired this vlog. I mean, isn't it just so bizarre how they feel like they need to tell you everything these days? Now they need to let you in on all the little secrets, and you know, and it's like, why? So yeah, it is a very odd thing, isn't it, with music? And this is what this goes along with the vlog I made about my feelings that music died in about the 90s. There is still music around today, I suppose. People will buy the modern rubbish, but I just feel like that isn't music anymore. That's just horribly crass, and you know, we don't need to know these things. You know, like I said, I remember the days when music talked about love, when they talked about wanting you in your arms, when they talked about, oh, we kissed, you know, kiss me under the milky twilight, so Sixpence None the Richer, you know, things like that. Songs like that, where that's what they talked about. It was about the romance, about the love, not about the freaky deaky bit. It wasn't about getting nasty and we need to tell you all the details of how we got nasty behind the drive-through, or something like that, or wherever you pick, you know. You get my point. It's about how can you make this, you know, how to make music better. Go back to the time when lyrics were not quite so specific. When you talked about the romance, about how good it felt to be in love and how you found the perfect person and other things. You know, you know, at the end of the day though, like I said, I'm not somebody who writes music. I'm not a music critic. I'm just a bloke with opinions. So at the end of the day, you know, maybe I'm being an old fogey, I don't know. But what I do know is that to me it just seems extremely odd for the way they talk about these things. Anyway, that's my vlog for this week. If you have enjoyed what you have seen here, if you have, you know, or if you just have an opinion on what you've seen here, leave me a comment down below. Please also leave me a like and a sub if you wish to, if you enjoy what you see here, just so that I know that you know, you have enjoyed it. And please, you know, thank you again so much for the support. For those of you who keep coming back week after week, listening to my opinions on all sorts of different subjects, thank you so much. You know, it's people like you that keep me vlogging, keep me going, because I burnt out once, stopped for a while, and then came back to it. And you know what, I think I'm glad I did come back. So thank you so much. Anyway, I have been Joe Silver. This has been a vlog. Thank you very much. Bye bye.